Hi, welcome back to my channel. This is a video that I didn't plan to make because I thought I already made it. I guess because I read this book, it looks like I read this book on March 9th, and my planner is right here. I wasn't really like heavily making videos till maybe the 14th or so. So I went to write the book review video and I was going to incorporate the YouTube video on my blog post. And then I couldn't find the YouTube video because the YouTube video did not exist. So I'm going to make this video, upload it, and then while it's in the upload process, my laptop is right to my left. I will go ahead and write the book review and sync everything together. This is for Gouda friends. Now, the reason that I thought I made this video is because I think, and I'm looking for my phone, I think in one of my wrap-up videos, maybe like the first, like recent reads from the Monday before last, I think I talked about Gouda Friends. And because I talked about it in that video, I thought I made an individual book review video, and that's what I intend on doing on this channel. Now I know if you're watching my videos in any type of order, you see a book review video with me in the recliner, then you'll see a book review with me over at the desk. But I sat down in my recliner to write book reviews. I think I have maybe 6 or 7 to write. So I had to stop what I was doing to make this review. There I go. 1 minute and 45 seconds to tell you nothing about the book. Please forgive me. So I have the book up on Goodreads. It's called Gouda Friends, and we know Gouda is a cheese. And it's the Ponto Beach Reunion book number 2. The first book I read about a year ago, that was called Love, Comment, Subscribe. And I'll pop Love, Comment, Subscribe up on the screen for you in case you want to read that first. Now, I really liked this book. We have 2 characters. We have Tam Doan and Josh O'Malley. So let's read the blurb and then we can talk about the book. I have not a single note, so we'll see how I do in this review. 2 high school BFFs reunite and endeavor to fix each other's lives in this geeky romance from the author of Love, Comment, Subscribe. Tam Doan dumped her boyfriend after he threw away her gourmet cheese. Sure, it's a little more complicated than that, but the point is he had it coming. Newly single and unemployed, Tam calls up her best friend from high school and utters the emergency code word, goldfish. Next thing she knows, she's on a plane back home. Josh O'Malley was a troubled, unconfident teenager. Now he's the successful owner of a multi-million-dollar ghost kitchen. Tam, his high school BFF and fellow member of the Nerd Herd friend group, was instrumental in building his self-esteem. When she calls him out of the blue, he jumps at the chance to return the favor. Josh and Tam immediately get to work fixing her life, but again, it's complicated. Their close relationship was always a lifeline between them. A blooming romance might confuse things. Still, at least one thing is for certain. Their chemistry is unbelievable. You get the pun? Okay, like I said, I don't have any notes, but even though it's been a few weeks and maybe 20 books, I remember this book pretty good. Okay, Tam comes home after a very stressful day. She has an emergency a stash of emergency cheese, which she enjoys, and that's her de-stress key. She goes to retrieve her Gouda cheese and gets her gourmet cheese, and it's gone. She finds out that her boyfriend threw it away. But she finds out something else about her boyfriend as well. I won't tell you what it was. I'll let you find that out when you read the book, if you read the book. So she dumps him. But now she's at a crossroads. She doesn't know what to do with her career. She has no relationship. And her future is just all up in the air. So what does she do? She calls her best friend from high school, and his name is Josh O'Malley. Like the blurb says, they have a code word, goldfish. And just like if Josh would have called him, she'd be there lickety-split. So she calls him. He says, come here. Now, He has a 2-bedroom apartment, so he's like, you can bunk in my guest room and we're going to figure out your life. So meanwhile, Josh has he owns what's called ghost kitchens, and he has many restaurants that are under his contract. And he's growing his business, but he does have problems with at least one of his clients. And so while he's working on that, you have Tam, who's trying to figure out her future. I think she lives in New York, so she wants to go back to New York. And I could be wrong. Like I said, I don't have any notes. This is a last minute video, but she wants to go back. She knows that eventually she has to go back home, but how is she going to go back home? Because her boyfriend is living in an apartment that they lived in together, so she certainly doesn't want to go back there. But she's only going to be where Josh is for 2 weeks. Well, during their time together, their best friend relationship begins to shift. Now, one thing Josh does is he knows how much she loves cheese. So Gouda friends, good friends. So he gets right to her. He gets to her heart. But more than that, she starts to see Josh in a new light. Josh starts to see her in a new light. But guess what? Their friendship is critical. It's life-sustaining. It's lifelong. And so neither of them want to cross that line. Because if something were to happen, if they became romantically engaged together and it didn't work out, what would happen to this friendship? And that's basically what this is. It's a friends to lover story. We know it's a romance. And because it's a romance, and because Tam and Josh are our principal protagonists, it's more than evident that they're going to get together, right? So keep that in mind. Very, very easy to ascertain. So that's basically Gouda Friends. Like I said, I don't have any notes on this. I don't know. I have a lot going on. But I really, really loved it. And I loved Love, Comment, Subscribe last year. That was basically, it was all about social media. Well, this time it's basically about restaurants in their future and their relationship shifting. I'm sure there's probably going to be a third book in the series. Like if I check Goodreads, it only has the first 2. So sometimes Goodreads will give you a clue as to what a third book in the series will be, but at this point it has not been announced. This is the publisher for this one. It's not on this page. It's Montlake. So the author is Kathy Yardley. I do have it as a blog tour for today. So after this video, or while this video is rendering and uploading, I'll be sitting down and writing up the print review, the review for the blog. And I think it's a great book. It looks like I did not rate it yet on Goodreads, but I'm going to go with a 5. A 5. And the reason I'm going to go with a 5 is because of the emotional edge. I loved their friendship, their relationship, and the growth. And I loved the fact that Tam was in a lot of pain, a lot of emotional pain for what happened between her and her boyfriend. And I love the progression from friends to more with this couple. So that's Gouda Friends. I want to thank you for catching this on the fly book review video. And believe me, I will be back with more. Bye-bye.